Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the debut episode of Siren Sports, man. I go by the name of Town. Across from me is Rico. How you feeling today, Rico?
You already know I'm feeling amazing. First episode uno.
Episode uno, man. We've been talking about doing this for a long time, so it's great that we finally get to sit down and do it.
Exactly. We finally chop it up. Talk about these special things today that we were going to discuss.
Oh, definitely. We got some good topics to cover today. So being that today is episode 1, we want to start with a bang. And we're going to look at the 2023 NBA playoffs. We're going to give our predictions. We're going to give some breakdowns. How you feeling about the playoffs this year, man?
You know, I'm very excited. I'm very excited because we don't know who's going to win. Not one set team has, like, the power to win, so it's going to be unexpected. You don't know who's going to win.
Oh, for sure. It's beautiful that these games aren't played on paper because even if they were, you still have no idea who the hell is going to win.
Exactly.
Especially the West. The West is crazy powerful. So many juggernauts in that conference. And, man, I can't throw a dart without picking a winner. You really can't. So
Exactly. It's mad tough.
It really is. All right, Rico. What we going to do? We're going to start with the East. How you feel in the East, man? It was your obligation to break down the Eastern Conference. Give me your predictions.
All right, so we got the first seed, Milwaukee, versus the 8th seed, Miami. So it's crazy because this happened 2 years ago, honestly. And Milwaukee's taking it. I'm going to be honest. Milwaukee's taking that one. Jimmy Butler and company, I think they still need some more help all around. And, like, in the playoffs, when it comes to Kyle Lowry, he's a hit or miss. And then Bam Adebayo has been playing kind of iffy lately, too, as well. But I honestly think Milwaukee's going to end up being in the finals anyways again.
Oh, so you just laying it out there.
I'm just laying it out there. Like, the East is going to be tough, but I really see Milwaukee getting it done because I know Giannis wants that other ring. He's got the firepower and the will. The team has come together. They are the first seed overall. They're the best team in the league. I don't see nobody stopping them.
Okay, you don't think a championship pedigree team like Miami, who's been to the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals within the past 2 years, has the ability to stop him?
I just don't see it happening. Like, I can see him going to 6-7 games. Maybe it could happen, but I still got the Bucks winning it.
Fair enough. I agree with you. As much pushback as I'm gonna give you on everything you say.
It's gonna be tough, but Milwaukee is still gonna come out the winner in that series.
No, definitely. I mean, look at how close Miami came to going to the NBA Finals last year. It was just a Jimmy Butler 3 away.
So close.
Jimmy Butler 3 away.
So close.
So I think they can possibly have a mission.
Oh,
I think they're going to give Milwaukee everything they can handle.
Oh,
but
they definitely will. But you know, Giannis is
Giannis, best player in the world.
Exactly. There's no stopping Giannis.
Okay, for sure. All right, well, we got Milwaukee beating Miami and moving on to the next round. Next one, let's jump down 2-7. Boston and Atlanta.
Boston. I'm calling it now. For everything that Boston went through in the beginning of the season, the whole thing with the coaching stuff, and they just proved everybody, like, we don't need him. We're going to do good with what we got. And they proved it. They're the second seed.
Yeah.
So, and then, I don't know. To me, Atlanta has played very mid this year.
Gotcha.
So, their record says they were mid. The way they played on home and road games were pretty much identical. Don't get me wrong, Trae Young is a great asset to the team. They got Murray, but I just don't see them stopping Boston at all.
Personally, I think Boston's defense is going to be too much for Atlanta to handle.
Exactly.
Like Atlanta runs through Trae. So
and he's not a very good defender.
Exactly. That's not a two-way player. He's going to drop 40 but give up 40 on the opposite end too. So, yeah, I think Boston's defense is going to be too much, and I think they win that series in 5.
I can see that, yeah, because Tatum and Brown together, unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
Unstoppable. As long as everyone else stays healthy on the team, too, in 5.
Yeah.
In 5.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. All right, so we got Boston moving on. Let's jump back up to the top of the bracket. Got Cleveland and New York.
Cleveland.
Look,
I don't really see too many upsets going on in the East. I'm just calling it now. I got Cleveland winning.
Okay.
The Cleveland team that was assembled this year is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Donovan Mitchell going to Cleveland was the best thing to happen for them.
I agree.
LeBron left. Best thing that happened.
And, you look at the Knicks, they're not healthy. They're not all the way healthy.
They're not all the way healthy. They have a great squad, don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but Donovan Mitchell is going to be looking to score 40 every night.
Mm-hmm. That'll work good in the first round.
Oh, yeah, it will. It will. But, yeah, I definitely have Cleveland winning that one.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you on that one, man. I think it's a pretty consensus on that pick. All right. Last first round matchup in the East. We got Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Brooklyn Nets. What you got?
Oh, that's going to be a feisty one right there.
It is.
If Embiid wants to win MVP, he has to win the series for the team.
I think so. Yeah, but
He
like
has to.
with Embiid, I feel like he's so singularly focused on just winning an MVP that he's not worried about what happens in the playoffs. I mean, I could be, this is just someone from the outside looking in. Like, I have no idea how the man functions at all, but I think he's so hyper-focused on winning the MVP, he's cool not winning the title this year. And this is his year to solidify himself if he does win the MVP and the title.
He has to solidify himself because for the past 2 years, we heard who else should have been MVP instead of Jokic. This is his year to prove that this team is something special. We've been trusting the process since like 2016. We need to see it now. They got close 2019-18 when they were playing the Raptors and then fell short. But this has to be the year. You have James Harden on your team. You have Maxey. You have players around you to help you win. But how bad do you want it?
And like a lot of people don't talk about James Harden playing at an MVP caliber level this season either.
Yeah.
Like that man is balling.
He's balling.
And they have an overall team where they could compete for a championship.
They just have to finish.
They have to finish, exactly.
Because
So,
I already know Philly fans are probably the most diehard fans in all of sports. And I think they're getting to the point now to, if you're not winning, you got to figure something else out. Because they want a chip. They want a chip so bad. They went 0-2 in championship games last year. Actually, 0-3. They lost the MLS title game. They lost the Super Bowl. And they lost the World Series.
yeah, they're hungry.
So something has to change.
They're hungry, bro.
They're hungry.
And you know how diehard Philly fans are, man.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I get
Something has to
it.
change.
That being said, how do you think this series is going to go?
Don't sleep on the Nets. I'll say that.
Don't sleep on the Nets?
I say 6 games.
6 games?
6 games being fair.
6 games being fair. Okay.
I'll call it 6 games.
6 games, and who's winning?
I'll give it to Philly.
You gonna give it to Philly? You sound like you're on the edge with this one.
I'll give it to Philly if they do what they need to do. Embiid has to prove why he should be MVP. Like, yeah, he's averaging more points than Jokic and stuff, but he also missed out on a lot of very important games. He didn't even play Jokic in their second matchup. And a first-round exit won't mean nothing if you can't get the job done.
If I'm being honest, the second round exit ain't helping him either.
Exactly. So he has to get the job done.
Okay. I might give you a little pushback. I think Philly takes it in 5.
5 or 6 sounds reasonable.
Yeah, 5 or 6 sounds reasonable. But
I don't see him sweeping them. I don't see that.
I don't see it. I don't see a sweep happening either. But Brooklyn is definitely going to be a tough.
Tough team.
They're gonna be tough, but I feel like they're gonna fold under the pressure.
Because Bridges has been playing insane ever since the trade. Insane, putting up crazy numbers.
Oh, okay, Rico, we got the first round filled out. You have Milwaukee going on to face Cleveland, and you got Philadelphia going on to face Boston. Let's start with the first and the 4th seed, Milwaukee and Cleveland. Who you got?
Like I said, I'm riding with the Bucks to the finals. But this is going to be a hard series. Because the 4th seed has defensive player candidate Mr. Mobley. So I see this one going to 6 or 7, honestly.
Okay.
6 or 7.
Okay.
Because Donovan Mitchell is just not going to sit down. He lives for the playoff moments if he does this. So I can see this one going to a 7. Like, these are 2 really good teams competing for the spot in the East Conference Finals. So, yeah, I'm going with the Bucks.
Okay, you're gonna go with the Bucks. I agree with you that the Bucks are gonna win. Honestly, I don't see how Donovan Mitchell carries that team to any more than 2 wins in that series.
I don't know. See, it's a tough one. It's 2 really good teams, like I said. And
I just feel like Milwaukee's way more complete than
they are way
Cleveland.
more complete, but Cleveland has a great team, though. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, I think Milwaukee's going to take it, though.
Okay. We got Milwaukee moving on. I'm not gonna give you too much pushback there. I agree with that. Moving on to the second. This one's gonna be interesting. got Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics. How you feeling?
I hate to say it, but Boston. Boston.
Okay. What's your reason?
I feel like they have a way more complete team than Philly.
Okay.
I really think they do.
You think they can stop the MVP?
They're going to stop them.
You think they can stop the MVP?
They're going to stop them. And their defense is insane, too. So if you get Harden just throw shots up, you're putting the team down.
Harden ain't been throwing shots up all year. He's shooting the best 3-point percentage he's shot his whole, in the past 10 years.
Look, I'm telling you now, Philly versus Boston is always a good series, but I'm telling you, clamps. I'm telling you, Boston is going to bring the craziest defense out for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
No, even though I'm giving you shit, I agree with you. I think Boston's going to take that series. In the matchups that they had with Philadelphia this year, they put the clamps on Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that they did win against him, it took Embiid dropping 52 on him. So
he's gonna have to do that almost every.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it for 7 games, bro. And let me tell you, it's not gonna be enough. We'll give up 50 to you, and we'll shut down everybody else. Go ahead, play your game. You ain't gonna elevate him to a win the way you think you are.
Because Harden's playing bad,
Mm-hmm.
Maxey's gonna play bad.
You fuck up the whole function of the team.
Mm-hmm.
That chemistry's off, bro.
I will say Embiid will get his
He's gonna get his, bro.
Especially if Horford's guarding him, he's gonna get his.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. Well, so that leaves us with our conference final set, doesn't it?
They do. That's gonna be a great one too.
We got the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks, number 2 seed Boston Celtics. How do you see that series shaking
7
up?
games.
7. It's going to Selm?
Give me 7.
It's going to Selm?
Just give me 7. I will be very invested if we get 7 games. I want 7 games out of that.
Okay.
Because both teams are excellent. Like, I'm just like, give me what I want. I want 7 games out of it, and I'll be completely happy.
Okay. It doesn't matter which way it folds out as long as it goes 7 games?
7 games. I don't care which one. Either one. It'd be nice to see Boston get back, but if they get back into the finals, they'll have to play their A game because last year's finals, I just don't know what happened. After the first couple games, they just fell apart.
I mean, that's kind of what happens when you're going against a dynasty. Don't let people fool you. That dynasty is alive and well.
Mr. Curry.
Yeah, the chef's cooking, bro.
The chef, amazing performance. I mean, he had a great overall season all last year, anyways, too. But we not talking about the West.
No. We'll get to that discussion here in a minute. But so I have to ask, as long as it goes 7, you'll be happy. If you had $1 million to put down on one team, who's winning Game 7?
$1 million. Ooh, that's a big parlay. Like I said, give me Milwaukee.
Okay.
I want to see Milwaukee versus Denver. I feel like that'd be a great matchup.
I think it would.
I want to see that. I do.
Okay.
I want to see it.
Fair enough. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Eastern Conference is set. We got Milwaukee working their ass off. They're getting tested the whole way through. So it's not an easy road for them. But
not an easy road, but Giannis going to get his.
Giannis is going to get his. I mean, you have a lot of championship contender teams in the East, so it's hard to say, but I mean,
very hard.
It's hard for me to disagree that Milwaukee's going to make it through. I think Boston is going to be their biggest hurdle. But Boston's going to be everybody's biggest hurdle in the East. Yeah, man.
They just got that dog in them.
They do. They really do. And then, finals and playoff experience, like that chips in. I think that's where a team like the Nuggets falls a little short.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Well, all right. Now we jump over to the Western Conference. The fucking powerhouse. Honestly, this was hard.
It is hard.
This was very hard putting together a bracket.
It's hard.
And, looking at the playoffs and the way everything shook out, the play-in game, obviously the Lakers with the late season surge that they had after the trade deadline.
Insane.
And the hardest, you can never count LeBron and AD out. You really can't. Those are 2 dangerous-ass players. And
I got some hot takes, too. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get it started then. We're going to jump over to the number 1 and the number 8 seed, the Denver Nuggets versus the Timberwolves.
Nuggets.
I think the Nuggets take it in 5. And
I was just about to agree with that. Nuggets in 5.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets take it in 5. It'll be a gentleman's sweep. I feel like they have being in the same division. These teams know each other very well, so they're gonna battle head to head. There's gonna be some scrappiness to it.
That's gonna get chippy, most definitely.
I mean, let's hope we can get Rudy Gobert thrown out of the game again. That would be nice. I wasn't even sure he was going to play for the playing game. So the fact that he played and they won. And what did I tell you yesterday when we were talking about the playing game?
Man,
the Thunder are going Thunder.
Okay,
Thunder are going Thunder.
Okay, should have won. they were selling last night.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's not the team I'm used to.
No, for sure. But Thunder are going Thunder. That's just the way it is.
They'll be back.
So I feel like Jokic, Murray, Porter, Gordon, KCP.
Cook session.
Yeah, it's just going to be overmatch.
And if Anthony Edwards plays like he's been playing, you might as well go on and put it out. They're going home. They're going to Cancun.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think they already got their tickets booked and bags packed.
I think they do.
It's going to be hard to beat the 2-time reigning MVP.
I think they do.
Especially being the number 1 team in this crazy Western Conference.
Exactly.
All right, that's a fairly simple one. Now we jump down to the number 2 seed, Memphis Grizzlies, versus the number 7 seed, Los Angeles Lakers.
That's a hard one.
That's gonna be, you don't typically find matchups like this for a 7-2. You typically don't.
It's a mix-up. It's hard because I know a lot of people want Memphis to win, but I feel like some way the Lakers still somehow find some way, possibly. It just depends, honestly.
Yeah, I feel the Lakers pull this one out.
Because LeBron is going to do what LeBron always does. Like, he's one of the greatest players for a reason.
Yeah.
So,
but, I mean, at the same time, you can never discount John Morant and the Grizzlies.
You can't. But, at the same time, Steven Adams being out for the season is going to hurt them.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big name to take out of the trenches there. If I had, oh my God, I can't. It's hard for me to even pinpoint at this one. I'm gonna go Lakers in 7.
I was gonna go Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6. Okay. It's like I said, that's a very rare matchup for a 7-2. You don't get 2 natural born superstars in a 7 seed team. Mm-hmm. Man, you can just never discount that team. All right, we're gonna jump up. No, I'm gonna save that one for last. Let's do Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors.
I got the Warriors.
You got the Warriors?
I got the Warriors.
I got the Warriors too.
I'm calling that upset. Andrew Wiggins coming back is the best thing to happen for the Warriors.
You have to ask yourself though, with all the crazy rumors and everything that was surrounding Andrew Wiggins, is he mentally okay to come back and play playoff basketball?
I think he will be ready. They already said that he'll play like 20 to 25 minutes when they play tonight on a bench role. But I think after a couple games, everything will start coming back and he'll be fine.
Gotcha.
They needed him back.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely needed him back. He's a big piece of that team, and honestly, he's a great redemption story. If you followed his career at any point from a number 1 overall bust to
it started off bad.
Yeah, bad doesn't describe it. It started off horrendous. He was looked at as one of the worst drafted players in NBA history to go number 1. And for him to turn it around and contribute the way that he has on a championship level is
amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth.
It's a great comeback story for him.
I think at the end of the day,
it's gonna be a tough series.
It's gonna be a tough series, but the Warriors have a championship pedigree that no one can match.
It's also Mike Brown versus Steve Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a work for the Warriors. So that's gonna be interesting.
That's the whole Rex Ryan, Bill Belichick dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. No, definitely.
Student. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, teacher and student. Yep. I looking forward to that matchup. I really am. Like I said, Warriors in 7.
I can ride with that. Warriors in 7. I can go with that.
So that the 2 and the 3 team both lose in 7.
Hey.
In the Western Conference. How often does that happen?
Very rarely.
Very rarely. Okay. That brings us down. I know you got some hot takes on this one.
Oh, yeah. This going to get spicy in here.
I know you got some fucking hot takes on this one.
Yep.
The number 4 seed Phoenix Suns. The number 5 seed Los Angeles Clippers.
People don't want to hear it. I got the Clippers. I'm letting it be known now. I got the Clippers. The Clippers have a better overall team than the Suns do. Don't get me wrong. They have Chris Paul, KD, and Devin Booker. But out of those 3, you got to worry about everybody else. Aiden he'll get his points and his rebounds, but I feel like the Clippers have more of a complete team than they do. Russell Westbrook is playing the best ball he's played all year.
Yeah, I agree with Russell Westbrook playing the best ball he's played all year.
He's happy.
And I would give more credence to the Clippers winning this series if Paul George wasn't injured.
If he can somehow find a way to come back before the series is over, I see them doing some damage. But
I think the intrigue behind this matchup,
very intriguing.
It's crazy. Not like you have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant facing each other in a playoff series, and the bad blood between those two.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh, seriously, you got Kevin Durant looking to correct the narrative that he can't win without the Warriors. It's going to be a tough series.
He's got to play his kryptonite. Kawhi Leonard likes destroying dynasties.
He does, and see, that's a name that all this is covered before we even bring up Kawhi. Like how is Kawhi gonna handle the Suns? And in that situation, like the firepower that they bring, Kawhi's a defensive player too.
I don't think many people have paid attention to how he's been playing for like the past month or whatever, or 2 months since the trade deadline. This man has been a crazy bucket. Like I went to the game where they played the Nuggets. This man was unstoppable. His mid-range game is insane. I don't know. I think he's knows he needs to put the team on his back, and then Paul George being hurt is also helping Russell Westbrook get his confidence back.
Yeah.
So once Paul George is ready at the same time too, unstoppable team.
Yeah.
They may have that problem at center, but I'm just calling it how it is.
I'm gonna disagree with you, Rico. I got the Suns taking this one in 6.
There's nothing wrong with disagreement. Look,
hey.
I'm going to take the Clippers in 6.
Okay. You got the Clippers in 6. I got the Suns in 6. And I think, honestly, the only thing that stops the Clippers from winning this series is Paul George. Him not being able and not at 100% or not able to play at all is going to completely remove a giant factor of the Clippers team. Now, granted, they're not going to be no slouches. That team is going to step up, and they're going to play the Suns hard.
We can't forget about Norman Powell.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't considered a candidate for 6th Man of the Year.
Hey, bench is a very big role.
Exactly.
Bench
he was averaging a lot of points off the bench.
Yeah.
I think he was snubbed. I'm calling it.
You heard it here first. Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, Nikola Jokic,
Denver Nuggets,
Kevin
Clippers.
Durant, Chris Paul, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Devin Booker. Where the fuck do we go from here?
Now, that one, if it turns out to be Denver versus Phoenix, 7 games. 7 games. Because Phoenix are going to test the Nuggets. That is going to be their biggest test on if they can do it or not. If Jokic continues to ball out, Murray does his role. If everybody plays their role, the Nuggets are winning.
Here's my issue with the Nuggets. I feel like they peaked too early.
That's very understandable.
I feel like they were playing the best ball in fucking December.
And then now they slowed down.
Yeah, well, I mean, not only that, teams have made adjustments.
Yeah.
There's ways that teams play Jokic that leaves the Denver Nuggets vulnerable on defense.
Yeah.
And, if you get Jokic out there guarding a 3 on the wing, all of a sudden you don't have the big bodies inside to stop him from just running it in.
Yeah, because Aiden will throw it down and dunk it.
Seriously.
No problem.
So Denver needs to make the adjustments to the adjustments. And I'm not saying they can't. I have faith in Coach Mike Malone that he's going to get the best out of his players, but this series is going to be hard.
It's going to be hard.
The series is going to be ridiculous. I can't – I'm a huge Nuggets fan, but it's hard for me to pick them in this situation.
Like I said, if the Nuggets are going to win, it will be in 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll have to be playing the greatest ball that they played all season to beat this team because the Suns aren't no slouch.
No, they're not. And, Jokic is out to prove something this year. Kevin Durant is also out to prove something this year.
And he's only lost 2 games since, December. So
yeah, but, I mean, maybe he'll twist his ankle stepping on the court again. You never know. You never know. I mean,
if the Suns stay healthy and KD stays healthy, they'll win. But if KD gets hurt, it might be all bad for him.
Got you.
He has to stay healthy.
So, being that the Denver Nuggets are my hometown team, I'm going to give them the nod. In 7. As hard as it is for me to say that.
In
in 7. That's the only way they're winning. If it goes 6, that's a Phoenix victory. So it has to go 7.
They got to bring it.
Yeah, they got to bring it for 7 games.
Yeah, because there's no sweeps in the West. There's not going to be any sweeps.
No, I don't think there is. Especially when we get to the next matchup. We are talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors.
Give the people what they want.
A matchup that we used to get in the finals every year.
And
now we're getting in the second round of the playoffs. So, Chef Curry, I mean, I personally don't agree with this, but I mean, y'all call him that, so the GOAT.
The greatest point guard of all time.
Oh, I'm talking about LeBron.
Oh, you talking about Bron?
I'm talking about LeBron.
I mean, LeBron James, I believe he's a GOAT. He's proven he's a GOAT.
Yeah.
The finals record might not say it, but statistically, he's a GOAT.
Oh, for sure. He's definitely one of the greatest players of all time and the greatest player of this generation.
Yeah.
I feel like each era has a face that defines it.
Mm-hmm.
And to compare eras in a game that changes as constantly as basketball does, I don't think it's a level playing field.
Yeah, because if you look at the 90s, all they did was crowd the paint.
Yeah.
2000s, it was aggressive too.
Mm-hmm.
They majority crowd the paint. 2010s, everybody shooting threes.
Yeah, like the amount of threes in NBA.
And the space is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's way more space.
Way more space. There's a lot of the offensive and defensive design is getting more complex.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's the game of basketball is changing. And you can either, get with it or get left.
Exactly. That's the way I see it.
But brings us down, man. 2 of the greatest players of this generation, Curry and LeBron. Where are we going?
I got... Ooh, yeah, this is a hard one. I want 7 games. Honestly. So, the Lakers are going to have to be very disciplined on defense. Because if not, Clay, Curry, and Poole are going to decimate them if they are not disciplined on defense.
Yeah, they need to stay on their P's and Q's defensively for sure.
This is a tough series. I really don't know who's going to win it, but Lakers have to be disciplined. If not,
2 championship level teams, 2 championship level leaders. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like it's a coin flip.
It's a coin flip on that one.
Like,
yes, because
serious question, y'all. How many fucking 7-game series can we have in the Western Conference? Are we trying to set a record here?
This one is a difficult one. I'm telling you this now. You got...
Man, see, and I thought some of the decisions in the East were difficult. We're not even in the conference finals yet, bruh.
It's hard. This one's hard. This one is absolutely hard. I don't know who to choose. It's honestly a coin flip.
It really is. I think it's gonna come down to 7 games.
Whoever wins, I honestly don't care.
Okay, pending injury, I think it's gonna come down to 7 games. And
if Mr. Glass stays healthy, Anthony Davis, they can win.
Yeah. So, man, part of as a Nuggets fan, I want the Lakers to lose this series. Like, every time the Nuggets make it to the Western Conference Finals, there's the fucking Lakers there ready to put an end to it.
Kobe definitely did that.
I'm sick of it. Like, Magic Johnson did it to us too. And then LeBron did it to us a couple years ago in the bubble.
Kryptonite.
Bro, I'm saying, so if as a Nuggets fan, any chance that I get to avoid the Lakers, take it, please. Like, this was supposed to be the year that the Lakers were out of the way so the Nuggets could go pursue a championship. And fucking trade deadline happens. The Los Angeles LeBrons load back up.
Re-GM.
And now they're in the fucking playoffs. And according to this bracket, in the second round facing the Warriors. I still don't know what to say, bro. Honestly, I'm just going to hope and pray and go Warriors in 7.
Like I said, I can ride with either one. Either one is cool.
Since I have to make a decision, I'm going Warriors in 7.
Okay.
I'm going to go Warriors in 7. So which brings us
I can dig it.
to the Western Conference Finals. A rematch of a first-round series last year. The Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors. I feel like this is the biggest test.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be
the defending champions.
The whole road for the Nuggets is going to be a test.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's no experience past this for the Nuggets, where the Warriors have been there multiple times.
They have to. As someone that pays attention to Colorado sports, the Nuggets need this.
They do.
They need this more than anything because the Broncos have been there, very successful. The Avalanche have been there. They won last year. They've done this before.
Mm-hmm.
The Rockies.
Rockies. As far as I'm concerned, that's the minor league team of Colorado,
minor
bro. We're
league
good.
Team. But the Nuggets absolutely need this, and Jokic needs this because DeMarcus Cousins was talking about the other day. If Jokic wins a third MVP, people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's the GOAT" and stuff, and he doesn't agree with it. But I'm like, if you can get 3 MVPs in a row, that's it's rare.
It's historical.
It's very historical, but he needs this more. I feel like Jokic needs this finals more than the MVP.
I think Jokic would agree with you.
He needs it more than
like I think that's Jokic's mission this year. I don't think he gives two flying fucks about the MVP award this year, bro. I think he wants to succeed on a team level. He wants to get to the peak. He's been there as a player, not as a team.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's a huge goal of his that he instills in his teammates. Now, granted, Jokic is not the most vocal leader. He's not going to sit there and rah, 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 get your shit together. He's going to show by example. But when he's showing that by example, his teammates do tend to follow him. And they play that unselfish brand of basketball. So he may not be a vocal leader, but he's one hell of a leader. Yes. And the state of mind that he brings, that he wants something more than that. Like he's a back-to-back MVP. Like you know how many players would just take that and retire and be cool and like, oh, I was a back-to-back MVP. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. He needs this more than the MVP.
Yeah.
He has to do this, and for the sake of Nuggets fans, I know they're getting impatient. Or people may think they're not getting impatient, but they are getting impatient.
Mm-hmm.
This team has been building since like 2015, 2016, or whatever, and it's been getting more and more up. Yeah, they had their chance in the bubble, but ultimately failed. But this is their best chance to do it now. If they don't do it now, I don't see them doing it ever.
I kind of agree with you. You mentioned the bubble. You go back and you look at that. It's hard to feel like that wasn't a fluke. There's no fans. There's no nothing. You're literally just playing in a gym.
Empty.
Like, the 2-3-1 comebacks that the Nuggets pulled. Could they have gone into those opponents' arenas and won those games?
It's a way different environment.
I'm saying, could they have won, 5, 6, and 7, having to play 2 of those games on the road?
Exactly.
Like, I don't think so. So it's hard to – it was great to experience that. 2-3-1 comebacks in the same playoffs to fall in 6 games to the Lakers. Like, hey, I'm cool with that. But now looking at it as like a real championship level, honestly, I don't think the Nuggets have what it takes.
It just all depends. And they have an advantage with them, too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Their home atmosphere, they have an advantage. But can you put it all together and do what you need to do? So it's gonna be interesting to see.
It really is. That being said, if I had to put money down, I'm going Warriors in 6. As a Nuggets fan, that kills me to say.
I bet it does.
Kills me.
It sounds like it hurts.
We have the Western Conference set.
On to the finals.
We have the Eastern Conference set.
Warriors, Bucks.
And Bucks. Coming up next, bitch. All right, y'all. Went all the way through the Eastern Conference bracket, all the way through the Western Conference bracket. We are now down to the NBA Finals. Tariq, how you feeling?
This was very difficult decision. So I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Very hard.
Very hard. So,
but if this turns out to be true, Siren Sports called it first. Don't y'all forget that.
Honestly, I have a feeling that a lot of it's going to shake out this way. But I mean, that's the best part about the game of sports, or any game, is you can sit here and discuss it all damn day, but until that ball is tipped off and they're dribbling, passing, shooting, you never know which way that ball is going to bounce. And that's true with football, basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey. And man, it's beautiful. I love the game of sports. I love sports in general. Basketball, playoff time.
It's a blessing.
It's honestly one of my favorite times of year. Just the hype, the energy, and the fact that until the Western Conference Finals, I had a team in there that I can celebrate playoff wins and victories with. But now we break it down. Golden State Warriors, Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis, Curry.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be a very interesting matchup.
But if I'm keeping it real, nobody's stopping Giannis. I'm letting it be known now.
You letting it be known now? Nobody's stopping Giannis?
Give Giannis another ring. He deserves it. But if Curry wins another one, you really got to put him in the GOAT conversation. You really have to.
I think you have to. But let me circle back to something you said. Giannis is getting another ring. Why do you think that? You don't think the Warriors of all teams have the capabilities to stop him?
If they go back to back, it's crazy. They have a great team, but I feel like Giannis is going to be hungry for this moment again. Like he said in his interview, he almost retired before he got that first ring. And now he's like, I just scratched the surface. I got the one ring, but I still want more, and I'm going to get more. And if you see like how he played in that first finals, that man was hungry and determined to win. He put the team on his back. Mm-hmm. And that game-winning game, that man dropped, it was like 55, 53?
He went off for sure.
He went off. And I think his team knows that he really wants this. So I'm going to give it to the Bucks. I want the Bucks to win it personally because I feel like he needs it. But if Curry wins it, you really have to put him in the GOAT conversation.
I feel you.
That's the way I see it.
I feel you. I personally don't find Milwaukee to be a matchup for Golden State.
They got a tough team.
They're a tough team, but Giannis is not going to carry them past the Warriors. Like the Warriors as a team, and Draymond and the level of intensity that he's going to bring.
Yeah, he's going to bring intensity.
Like I feel like that's the pin that they use to pop the balloon of the Bucks.
Both sides of defense has to be outstanding.
Now the Warriors, they haven't played to the level of defense that they normally do play this year, but this is playoff time. This is when that intensity steps up. This is when those game plans come together, and when you've played each other 6 times, you know what the fuck the other team's gonna do.
And it's gonna get heated.
Yeah.
It's gonna get heated with their teammates, the other team.
See if Jordan Poole don't end up getting punched again.
Yeah.
Like.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a great series, though.
It would be a great series. I just feel like the championship pedigree of the Warriors is too much for him, and it's
modern day dynasty.
Yeah,
they're like the modern day Spurs.
That's what I'm saying. That dynasty's not dead, bro. That dynasty's not dead. I have the Warriors in 5. I have them sunning Giannis and the Bucks.
Like Steve Kerr knew what he was doing, learning from Greg Popovich. Like everything he's learned, he has built into a dynasty.
Facts.
But like I said, it's gonna be interesting. I want the Bucks to win it. I say the Bucks in 6, but I don't know. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see what, and then once this is all over, we can come back and talk about it and see where we're right and wrong at.
Definitely. So you have it here first. You got Rico over here picking the Milwaukee Bucks to win the NBA title. Town over here picking the Golden State Warriors to win the title in 5 games against Giannis.
Bucks in 6.
Suns in 4, motherfucker.
Suns in 4. Watch. He's gonna show up to the games.
Oh, I can almost guarantee they're gonna get him a front row courtside seat
he's courtside.
Yeah, he's gonna be sitting there talking shit to Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray's gonna have him thrown out of the game. So
then the Jokic brothers are gonna be trying to kidnap him and throw him.
Ooh, boy. The shit with the Jokic brothers and what was that guy's name that Jokic fucking knocked out?
The one of the twins.
Yeah, it was one of the twins. I can't remember his name to save my life right now.
I'll be forgetting their names, but yeah, the twins.
Yeah, fucking bruh, the shit the Jokic brothers flew to the United States just to go to that next game because they were talking crazy.
They were standing on business.
Yep. Yeah, they showed up in their fucking pastel colored outfits and shit.
They might be in the mafia.
The Lithuanian mafia. Hey, they ain't nothing to fuck with, boy. Fucking 7-foot crazy ass tall white boys.
Hey,
ain't nothing to fuck with.
They already know his brother's a shooter.
Facts. Literally.
He'll pass some bullets.
It's funny because Jokic is, Jokic, don't get me wrong, he's athletic, but that boy is pudgy. But his brothers, they look like Schwarzenegger, bro.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Ow.
Oh, man. But all right, y'all. We're going to hit this wrapped up over here at Siren Sports, episode 1. Thank you for rocking with us today. I'm Town. This is Rico. And until next week, we'll catch you next time. Siren Sports out. Siren Sports is part of the Imprint Media Network.